The heart is a vital part of maintaining life functions for the entire body. During this time, we're going to go through the blood flow, parts of the heart, and the conduction system. To begin with, the blood enters the right atrium through the superior and inferior vena cava. After that, blood in the right atrium flows through the right tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. After that, contraction of the right ventricle forces the pulmonary valve open.
The inferior vena cava is also referred to as the posterior vena cava. It's a large vein that carries deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart. The inferior vena cava empties into the right atrium. The right atrium is one of the four chambers of the heart. Deoxygenated blood enters the right atrium through the inferior superior vena. The superior vena cava is a large vein that receives blood from the head, neck, upper extremities, and thorax, and it delivers it to the right atrium of the heart.
Next, blood flows through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary trunk. Followed by that is when blood is distributed by the right and left pulmonary arteries to the lungs, where it unloads carbon dioxide and oxygen. Next, blood returns from the lungs via the pulmonary veins to the left atrium.
The pulmonary vein is a vein carrying oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart. Humans have four pulmonary veins, two for each one, The left atrium is oxygenated rich blood, enters through the pulmonary vein, then pumped into the left ventricle chamber of the heart through the mitral valve. From there, the blood is ready to be pumped into the body. The pulmonary artery is the artery carrying blood from the right ventricle of the heart to the lungs for oxygenation, extended from the right ventricle of the heart, and branches into the left and right pulmonary arteries. Aortic valve that only has two leaflets instead of three. The two leaflets are typically a result of fusion between two of the original three leaflets. The left ventricle is the bottom left portion of the heart. The left atrium and left ventricle are separated by the mitral valve as the heart contracts. The myocardium is the middle and thickest layer of the heart wall. It is composed of cardiac muscle, which is muscular tissue of the heart.
Next, blood in the left atrium flows through the left bicuspid into the left ventricle. From there, contraction of the left ventricle forces the aortic valve open. Next, blood flows from the aortic valve into the ascending aorta. After that, blood in the aorta is distributed to every organ in the body, where it unloads oxygen to the tissues and loads carbon dioxide. The final step in the blood flow through the heart is that the blood returns to the heart via vena cava.
Arteries supply its own supply of blood to the heart. Descending aorta is the largest artery in the body. The descending aorta begins at the aortic arch that runs down through the chest abdomen. Ascending aorta is the first part of the aorta and begins at the aortic valve. The valve is on the right dorsal side of the heart between the right atrium and the right ventricle. The function of the valve is to prevent backflow of blood into the right atrium. Epicardium is the inner layer of the pericardium, a conical sac of fibrous tissue that surrounds the heart and roots of the great blood vessels. The right ventricle is a chamber within the heart, responsible for pumping oxygen-depleted blood to the lungs, lower right portion of the heart. It is the lower right portion of the heart and below the right atrium.
Branches and the Purkinje fibers. Now, these electrical signals help the heart contract and release, pumping blood in and out. And that's it.